Hello, hi everyone. Hi, I'm Rock, and today's video we're doing another live stream. The title is called "Has the RC go? Has the RC curve been flattened?" As you can see in my last two videos, I was talking about is RC going to extinction, or endangered? Is it endangered, or which RCs are endangered or becoming an endangered species? And today is the curve being flattened. I think in my last video someone commented, I'm not too sure who it was, said I should check out some RC videos because there's been live build videos done before. I don't doubt that. I'm pretty sure someone has done it before, but not with the Iraq flaring style. Big difference there. What else? Actually, I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube and checking out RCs in general, mostly rock crawlers, and I think the curve has been flattened. RCs has reached its peak, and it's like not too many people watching RC videos on YouTube. That's my impression. That's what I've been getting doing my research. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out. Maybe people have outgrown RCs. You know, sometimes like there's what you call like, especially in fashion, you know, there's trends. Trends and phases is only temporary. They don't last forever. You know, it's like a cycle. You know, life is always about a cycle. We start one journey, then it ends, and then we start a new journey. Because if we do the same things over and over again, it gets repetitive, it gets boring, and we tend to look for the next greatest thing to make us get excited again. You know, it's like buying a brand new car, right? Excited to buy a brand new car after you have it for 3 weeks, a year, you're over it, you want a new car. So, but in this video, I have my, what is this RC called? It's been a while. Oh yeah, is it Capo or Capo? Capo, JK Max. I think this is the third RC that they came out with. Capo, that is. So I wanted to share with you folks. Again, I digged it out of storage. So, quick introduction, or I guess, as you can see, I have my Guile from Street Fighter as my driver. I painted the body a two-tone color. So the blue is an anodized paint, which I picked up at my local Napa store. I like the color because it gives it that anodized look without doing that, going through the anodizing process. And then I also tried to paint the hood and the windshield frame chrome. As you can see, it gives it a little chrome, but not as shiny as I wanted it to be. And when I painted this thing chrome, initially it looked really chrome, and then after a while the chrome just faded. And when I tried to apply or paint clear coat on it, it would just turn dark gray. So I went through a lot of different phases painting this to get it chrome, but it ain't cutting it. So what I'll probably do is repaint the windshield frame and the hood a different color. It's most likely is going to be gunmetal. Ooh, I got some comments here. RC is not going extinct. If anything, RC Jones and RC Skill is hot right now. Interesting. Oh, T. Sully. Oh, that was from Haywood Jablome. Then we have T. Sully 2013, looking good. Our friends, stay healthy and safe. Same to you, my friend Gummy. Mahalo. Aloha, Gummy. RC will never be a fad either. The market is huge. Humble RC, hey man, it's been a minute. Yes, it's been Humble RC. Like I said, everything is like a trend. So RC will never die. I think you might go away from it for a while and then you probably come back to it. It's like everything in life, you know, some things end and some begin again. You know, it's like I say, it's like a journey. Life is like a cycle. What goes up must come down. What come down must go back up. It's like I rock, right? I'm here 1 minute. Next no, I disappeared. Faded. 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 So let me continue on. Electronics I put in this bad boy is a Tiken, a Rockwaller ESC, the FXR, that's right. Forward, brake, and reverse. And then I put just pop the hood. So nothing in the engine bay. The motor, where's the motor? Where's the electrical motor? The motor is inside the engine. So that's the hood. Inside the hood. Underneath. Take a quick look underneath. Transfer case. Oil pan. If you want to do a quick change oil. Do some preventive maintenance on the RC. So you have the aluminum axles, and then aluminum links. Everything on this Jeep is aluminum, and I would say 70% aluminum, 30% plastic. Then you have the 2.2 wheels and tires. And this, I think I'm using a Savoc servo. And then my trusty Futaba receiver. So it's on, turn on the Futaba radio. It actually does work. After all these years. Hopefully it doesn't fly off the table, right? So yeah. Oh, wants to go, wants to go. Oh, ain't going nowhere. So gotta stop fooling with that before it crashes into the floor and breaks into a million pieces. But yeah, that works. I'm using I found this LiPo battery, max amps. 3250 milliamp battery, 11.1 volt or 3-cell battery, 150C burst. It's an old battery. I shouldn't be using this battery. LiPo batteries, you shouldn't use old LiPo batteries if you haven't used them in a long time. And you definitely don't want to discharge it below 7.4 volts. Oh no, 2.7. Well, yeah. Well, you can go below about maybe 3.3 borderline. 2.3 volts per cell, or 6.6 total. Well, it's not 6.6, 9.9 for a 3-cell. Yeah, you don't want to go below each cell or each pack voltage, each cell in this one, below 3.3. Well, yeah, I usually just run it about 2.7 and then call it a day, and then charge it again. Actually, I'm looking forward to hitting the trails with this RC. I have some cool ideas about when I do hit the trails with this RC. Swampers RC, it's all about scale for me. Yeah, scale is, you know, scales is scale RCs are fun to build, and you know, as close as they can get it to the actual scale, that's pretty cool. But it does come at a price. I think this RC retails for $1,500 for the kit, no electronics. So yeah, very expensive. Too rich for my blood now. Oh, it also comes with a spare tire. So basically, it's like this. Slap it on there. Voila! And you tighten the screw. I was looking online. I think I saw they had like the airbags, like for the suspension, so you can lower and raise the height of this JKG. But when I was looking at the price, I was like, wow, it's like $400. Where do you think the next big RC trend is going? In all honesty, I've been flying drones for a long time. First, I started with at first it was called RC, no, not RC, racing drones, and then from racing drones they're into FPV racing drones. And then racing people, instead of people racing the drones, they for freestyling on using the drones for freestyle. So I don't know what they call it now. I guess they just call it FPV drones. I think the most popular RC that people mostly get into is bashing. I think bashing is like the most popular, and I think rock crawling is next. As far as like FPV drone, you know, that's a conundrum really, because I know when I first started there was like a big community in where I live, and next you know everybody just disappeared. And I don't really keep in touch or communicate with anybody in the FPV drone racing freestyle genre, if you want to call it. It seems like they gone extinct or endangered. You know, I worked with a lot of manufacturers in the drone industry, and in actuality, to tell you the truth, the way I was surviving, I actually became a wholesale and distributor for drone parts. You know, I dealt with big manufacturers, Flyduino, KISS, DYS, T-Motor, My Airbot, or Airbot, Impulse, no, not Impulse, what is the other one? Immersion RC, Emax. Emax is one of them. So, you know, I communicated with them. Yeah, actually, they're my partners now. They're my business partners. But and I've been developing brushless motors for the last maybe 3 or 4 years for drone racing. But you know, I haven't flown a drone in maybe a year and a half now. I've been busy doing other things. Because in actuality, when I got into FPV drone racing, technology wasn't there yet. All it did was when you built a drone maybe 5 years ago. When you built a drone 5 years ago, it was pretty much a Frankenstein drone. So you got all these electronics. I remember it was a Naze 32, and what was the other one? Was it a CCD3, CC something? The Naze 32 was the most popular one, but that wasn't actually designed for FPV drone racing or freestyle. it was more for helicopters, or yeah, I think it was most for helicopters at that time, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and when you built the drone, man, because like I say, it was built for helicopters, so the PIDs were off. So there was a lot of trial and error and tuning to get your quad to fly right. You know, that was frustrating. And then I think the next thing that came was, I think, Beta Flight, and then Kiss. Yeah, Beta Flight. Is it Beta Flight? No, it's something before Beta Flight. Oh, Clean Flight. That's right, Clean Flight. It improved the way the drone flew, but you still had to tune the PIDs. And then yeah, then Beta Flight came along. No, Kiss came along, and I think Kiss was the game changer. Sean PRC, what's up? RC fan, what's up, Sean? So yeah, Kiss came along, and that changed the whole game for me. I mean, once Kiss came along, it made it a lot simpler, and I guess that's why I said I think KISS stands for keep it super simple, or keep it simple, stupid. But yeah, so when KISS came along, and then the alien frame came along, it made it a lot easier to fly drones, because you pretty much could fly the drone on stock PIDs, and in order to to get better, anything you do in life, you just got to keep practicing, keep doing it, no matter how many times you crash. So when KISS came, and it made it a lot simple. All you concentrated is you just keep on flying. Oh yeah, and then there was that TBS ready to fly drone. Oh, what was it called? So terrible, I forgot. It was like a tank, man. But yeah, KISS and Impulse RC, and then from there, once technology caught up to FPV drone, I think that's when the industry exploded, gained popularity, started gaining traction, and then you had all these different manufacturers wanted a piece of the pie, wanted the piece of the money, the business. So Beta Flight started coming around, DYS, Emax, you name it. It just, the list kept growing and growing and growing, and still grows today. I mean, there's a lot. I remember at one point there was a lot of there's a lot of electronic parts, frames, motors. Manufacturers just coming out of the woodworks, and believe it or not, at one point I was actually I was an FBA seller on Amazon, and I sold a lot of drone parts on Amazon. And the first year that I sold drone parts on Amazon, it was unbelievable. Every product that I sold on Amazon became the best seller. And I was selling, it was like my drone parts was selling like hotcakes. And then, but after doing it for 1 year, I reflected and reevaluated my business structure and asked myself, how can I improve and grow my business? And the only thing that came to my mind, the only one thing, and the first thing that came to my mind was branding. And branding is big. It's really big. Because I asked myself, why am I selling other people's parts when I can just sell my own? So that's where I'm at right now. And that's why I've been busy. And I've been busy. Actually, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have here is my two Impulse RC reverb frames. I built this almost 2 years ago. I think I only test flown it like a couple times. I know I'm behind the game in drones. I know Impulse RC came out with a new frame. Is it called the Apex? Yeah, the Apex. So I think that's in partnership with Mr. Steele. One of the most popular. I think he's the popular FPV drone freestylers in the industry. So actually, one is let me flip it around. So this one on my left is a 4-cell capable FPV drone. This one on the right is my 6-cell FPV drone. So and then when I said and I was working, like I was developing motors, brushless motors for drones, and right there actually is V1 of my motors. I don't know if you'll be able to see the logo there, but this was V1s. This is the V1 version. There was a V1 version. Yeah, it's pretty. And the motor, I liked it the first time. I mean, when I designed that motor, really liked that motor. But with everything, but when everybody started getting into the game, a lot of different brands and manufacturers, technology was super fast. It was something new was coming out every single week, and the prices started to go up. They started jacking the prices up. I know KISS. Their boards, their first board for FPV drone specifically was an F3 MCU, and then they came out with the F7, and so the KISS V1 flight controller, I think back then you could get about average price $39.99. And now with the F7 V2, they're like $69. Yeah, pretty expensive. And then they had the 32. They first came out with the 32-bit ESCs, and those are like $25 an ESC, and you need 4 of them, so it's $100 right off the bat. And if that one eventually could run D-Shot 600, and now they came out with I think this is these ESCs right here is the M4 microprocessor, and this is capable of running D-Shot 2400. Digital signal instead of analog, so much cleaner signal. You don't get it. Minimum noise. So. But yeah, this is the 4-cell V2 motors, IROC motors, brushless, 4-cell. I think this is the 2400 kV. Stator size is 2306. Yeah, I really like this motor, very smooth. And then this is V2 6-cell. I think this is a 750 kV motor. And running Foxair Predator, FPV camera, KISS Electronics, flight controller, ESCs, TBS Triumph and antenna for the goggles, TBS transmitter. What do you call it? Yeah. A transmitter for the signal to go out to your goggles. And then the TBS receiver for the Crossfire micro, Wolf PDB. Yeah. See, the one thing about FPV drone racing, this is a very expensive sport. I would compare it to golf. Yeah, golfing, It's pretty much made for the rich because, yeah, and if you crash, that's an expensive replacement. So this is my two drones, 4 cell, 6 cell. I think I'll probably end up building a one with a new frame, or I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these ones. I don't know if I'm gonna still fly them. I have like 10 FPV drone frames that I haven't flown. And then, if you folks follow my channel, I did have I showed my V3 version motors, brushless motors. That's a 6 cell 750 kV, and currently I'm waiting for my V4 versions. So we'll see. Ooh, we're getting more chat. I feel I have a drone, but I have difficulty flying after now. At Swampers RC, you just keep flying, eventually get better, and who knows, you might become a pro FPV drone racer or a freestyler. Yeah, FPV is an expensive sport because, you know, like just the goggles alone, $500 if you want a good set. Fat Sharks, and I guess DJI came out with their HD FPV version. I think that one, yeah, about the same price as a Fat Shark 500. Including you have to get a transmitter. LiPo batteries are not cheap; they're getting more expensive. Price is increasing. I don't understand why, because, you know, usually prices go down, but I was looking up prices on LiPo batteries. I'm like, I'll just stick with what I have now. Yeah, so crazy. It's crazy what the world is coming to. But I think, yeah. So you can imagine, like, when I first started getting into FPV drone racing, I would say I spent a lot of money, man. I mean, I really did. I would say the first year I probably spent about $10,000, and you know that's yeah, $10,000, because, like I said, technology was coming out rapidly, and trying to keep up with the trend was difficult. Coming, are you selling your own brand of quad motors? You know, that's a very good question. You know, I thought about it, and I was planning to, but like, actually looking at the sales of FPV drone racing, the curve has flattened, and actually it's been going down. So it won't make, for me, it won't be make logical or be logical to do it or make any sense, because, like I said, you know, a lot of people have moved on from FPV drone racing, and the FAA is not making it easier for hobbyists to fly these drones. They're putting restrictions on it. I know they had that protest. I'm not too sure where it was. I'm pretty sure it was at the Capitol a couple months ago in February. Big protests with the new FAA rule. I'm not too sure what the rule is all about, but it's like I haven't really kept up with it in the last year. You know, I was supposed to get my Part 107 license, but I put that in the back burner. MTC Tuki 25, what up, Barack, my good brother? What's up, MTC Tuki? Hope everything's well in your neighborhood. Yes, very expensive hobby. Because I was actually planning, my whole plan was to brand not only brushless motors, but ESCs, flight controllers, frames, build my own frame, FPV camera, LiPo batteries, antennas, receivers, FPV transmitters. Is it FPV transmitters? I think going a blank. Yeah. But this is a fun hobby. FPV drone, addicting. But the problem is you just can't go anywhere and just start flying. And when you do fly, you have annoying people come up to you and ask you a lot of questions, all different questions, and when people keep asking the same question, you kind of just block it out and give them sarcastic answers after a while. Yeah, so I know technology, in regards to FPV drone, has slowed down a bit. I know they haven't come out with a lot of different flight controllers, ESCs. Actually, it's a lot of them have disappeared. A lot of brands and manufacturers, you don't see them online anymore. It's actually hard to find actual distributors for Flyduino and Kiss. Now you used to could find them on Heli Direct, Heli Nation, A-Main Hobbies, Photo Riot, Test Flight. Is it Test Flight? Oh, and but I think the only U.S. online store is Get FPV that carries the Flyduino stuff, and then you have to actually order it direct from Flyduino's website, and that's going to take forever to get here, unless you want to pay the hefty big dollars for shipping, fast shipping. What's the worst question you ever got? I mean, and you mean in regards to me as iRock? I got a lot of worse questions all the time. But that's people for you. One thing I tell people is people create conflict because they want attention, and you have to understand why they're creating conflict and why they want attention. It's all about understanding people, not taking anything. Don't ever take anything in life personal, because if you take everything in life personal, you're just gonna go crazy. There's never a worse question to me. Sometimes, like I say, just the worst question is the ones you get always asked the same over and over again, and you don't want to sound like a robot. So after a while, you kind of want to change it up and answer it in a different way, maybe more sarcastic, more funny, more idiotic way. I mean, yeah, there is no, there's never a worse question. To me, the worst question is the one you don't ask. So. You still have your low C2 XLE MT. Oh, the monster truck. Technically, yes, but it doesn't run. I think it met its match. I really bashed down really, really hard, and when you keep things in storage and you don't take care of it or preserve it, they rust. They rust, and it's like all the screws and nuts and bolts are rusty. I know you have big plans for the future of the channel, but will you ever speedrun or race REC's Nitro? I love racing. Racing is in my DNA. I've been racing all my life. I used to race cars. I used to build actual scale cars from the ground up. I was big in imports, actually, and actually right after I graduated high school, I built a Acura Integra and modified it into a JDM front end, souped up the engine, built it myself. Yeah, I think the car itself costed me 26,000 from the dealer, and I probably invested 50,000 into that car. But in regards to RC, no, I remember when I first got into YouTube and back into RC, it became a passion. And when something becomes a passion, you become obsessed with it, so obsessed. And that was my biggest downfall on my YouTube channel and in RC in general, because I became so obsessed with it. I was always looking for the next big RC, and you didn't care how much it cost. Oh, I didn't care how much it cost, so I just was buying RCs left and right. Didn't care if it was 1,500, no problem. Here's cash it, credit card it. 2,500, no problem. So from that experience, I had to take a step back, remove myself from the situation, look at it, reevaluate it, and ask myself if I still want to continue doing this, YouTube, RC, I have to stop spending. And that was the first thing I did, just stop spending. I got rid of a lot of RCs, and looked out, okay. And I did a lot of thinking, and it was tough. Yeah, maybe the past 2 years I hardly uploaded videos on my YouTube channel, but I was amazed that it was still growing. It's tough. It was a tough part of my life, and but I had to make that sacrifice in life. You have to make that sacrifice, and you have to be willing to, let go and move forward, and not hold on to the past. Because if you hold on to the past, man, you're only gonna make life difficult for yourself, and it's gonna be a tough journey. So, I did all evaluating, and that RC racing, something I may get into it. One thing I say is never say never. It may take a while. Nitro, it's hard for me to get nitro fuel here in Hawaii for some reason. There's not too many people who carry nitro. Actually, nitro is something that I really wanted to get into. And actually, I have so much parts in my storage that I could open up a hobby store. But maybe one day, like I said, I'll never say never, and I'm an open book and always keep my options open. That was the video that got me. Subscribe. Oh, my monster truck. Yeah, thank you. Bashing, like I said, bashing is very popular. I think there's some cool RC 110 scale bash. I think I was looking at is it the Traxxas Max? Maybe I look into the RC one day and bash it up. What nationality are you? I'm a mixed plate. In Hawaii, we call ourselves a mixed plate. I'm actually Filipino, Spanish, and a little bit of Chinese. And who knows what else? Maybe I should do a DNA test one day and see what actually, how many nationalities I have in myself, and how many nationalities I am. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be sharing content with you folks. I think that's the one thing I miss the most is sharing content with my fellow viewers and subscribers, followers. To be honest, and to tell you the truth, that I probably won't upload videos and much on my YouTube channel or on this particular channel, RC channel. At one point I actually was gonna delete this channel. Because I partnered up with MCN. If you don't know what an MCN is, is it MCN? Well, is it MCN? it's a networking channel. Is it multi-channel network? So basically, they get a percentage of my revenue on this channel. In exchange, I get a lot of free stuff that I can upload. My music is free that I use in my videos. Merch, free merch. Well, not really for free merch, but yeah, this shirt is supplied by my channel network. Yeah, I pretty sure I have a big Asian in me. Speaking of Chinese, yeah, I mean, I was supposed to actually go visit China, but with all this pandemic happening, I had to postpone that, and I was going to visit all these factories and manufacturers and visit and share with you folks. And actually, I was working with some rock quality manufacturers and looking into creating my own rock crawler, but that's in the back burner. Don't delete my channel, but you can also find me on my Twitch channel if you want to follow. I don't have the link in the description. This one, maybe I'll put it later. But live streaming is the future. That's why you see me doing a lot of live streaming. I think live streaming is the future. That way you can actually interact with your viewers live, and you can't hide anything in live streaming. People will actually see the real you. They'll see your real personality and movement hands quite a bit. But yeah, live stream people will figure you out, understand you more as a person than they do in videos. I speak a little Chinese, a couple words, but when you speak a different language, you have to keep speaking it. But no, I don't speak Chinese. Actually, I have people in China that does it for me. The English is not that great, but they speak Chinese. Well, the one cool thing that I'm going to get into, and is coding, building my own program or software. So I'm going to get into that. That might take away from my RC. Yeah, coding. Or maybe build my own app too. One day. Who knows? Yeah, a lot of things going in the mind here. Being very, just looking at every single opportunity and trying to take advantage of every single opportunity. That's what you just have to do in life. The one word I always use to tell people is don't be complacent. Complacency can be very dangerous. But people like to be comfortable, and they just, happy with what they know and what they have. For me, it's always a progression. I'm always looking how to improve myself, how to get better. I take big risks. Nice to meet you too, Tom. Oh, nice, you're fluent. That is. Tom, are you Chinese? Not like it matters. I speak a little bit of Spanish. ¿Cómo estás? Speak a little bit of Japanese. What time is it? Oh, konbanwa? Genki desu ka? So, this video is running long. Yeah. So this video is running long. I'm gonna end it. It was nice chatting with you folks. Nice to touch base with my viewers. I really appreciate you guys. Who knows where this journey is gonna take me? Take my channel. I'm surprised I have 20,000 subscribers. When I reflect back, it's like who knows where my channel could be right now if I just kept making videos or making RC videos. Um, Actually, I was born in the Philippines. What part of California, Tom? Southern or northern? Been to California many times. And actually, you may see an IRA visiting your state in the near future. Two cameras, don't know which one to point. And who knows where this journey is going to take me, but that's the exciting part, right? The unknown. You don't know where life is going to take you. No matter how much you plan things, it never works out the way you plan it. So you just have to take it one step at a time and hope for the best, but always prepare for the worst case scenario. IROC is back on track. IROC is better, more wise. I'm looking forward to share some cool content with you folks on this channel. Still figuring out what I want to do next. And I'm going to do the Capo Ace 1 live build on my Twitch channel. Hopefully you folks follow me and watch that video. I'm not going to upload any that build series on this channel. You have to watch it on Twitch. Oh, Southern California, you live in LA, Orange County, San Diego. I live in Hawaii. I live on the Big Island, Kailua Kona. FBI from the Big Island. So soups, aloha, shaka. But yeah, so that's it for this video. The next video, guys. Y'all take care. Let's flatten the curve. Shaka. And I'm out. LA, Los Angeles. Been there many times. I'll probably visit there again in the near future.